All right, welcome to the Aggressive Health News on the 9th of the 9th of September. So what are we looking at here? First of all, this chart here is something a friend of mine showed me, it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. But this is the chart of a bubble, okay? So imagine like something's down here, there's not much interest in it. Imagine it's a stock or something like that. And it says here, this is the smart money. And then there's the institutional investors, just here. And then the public are like, what's going on? What's going on? And everyone starts to drive a stock price right up. Then it comes down, the bull trap, return to normal, and then boom, it drops. So this is the chart of a bubble. Okay, so a few years ago, a friend of mine showed me that, and then look at what happened with Bitcoin. Bitcoin years ago, when it was, remember when no one really cared about it and no one really cared, and then all of a sudden it was like, hang on a second, lots of people started caring about it, and boom, it took off. And there was a whole load of Bitcoin millionaires and all that kind of stuff. And then it kind of dropped off. And it's funny because around about here, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, from there to about here, go back to the bubble chart, it's like exactly the same. It's literally like mapping the chart of a bubble to perfection. Interestingly enough, it did bounce back January 19th, bounced back to some relatively high levels, and now it's kind of moving across. And I suppose if you'd bought the dip in March, there was quite some significant gains to be made there. But anyway, what's the point? Why am I telling you all this, and what's this got to do with the Aggressive Health News? Well, somebody sent me an invite to something called initiativeQ. So I'm quickly going to play it. It only lasts a minute or something. But to me, this potentially, you never know, because that's the thing, you never know. If we all knew Bitcoin was going to take off, we would have all bought it for pennies on the dollar or pennies on the pound or whatever, and made a lot of money.
Hi, welcome to Initiative Q. Now that you're here, you're probably asking yourself, what needs to happen for my Qs to have real value? Well, the first step is to get as many people as possible to join the network. We need your help to make this happen. If you invite those you care about, they will get Qs themselves. The network will grow, and so will the likelihood that Qs become valuable. Let's begin.
So in a nutshell, a friend of mine sent me a link to sign up for this Q initiative, and essentially the people from PayPal, or some ex kind of PayPal developers developed this together. And if you go across to to about, and then you look at some of the people that are kind of involved with it, it kind of looks like, well, as a potential punt for something that could come good, it looks like a worthwhile thing. Now I can only invite 5 people. In fact, if you look on my home page, that's my son there, one of my mates there. But you just never know. Essentially, I've got a balance now. I've got a balance of 4,689 Q. If a few other people decide to click on my invite link, which I'll obviously stick with this video, you can only have 3, so it's not like looking for a lot of people. But that will bump me up to the maximum. But the most interesting thing here is, and the reason why this is important, I suppose, for the Aggressive Health News, is because I know people who buy supplements, they spend a lot of money. It's not cheap. But when it comes to money and understanding money, I really didn't have a clue until I came across somebody recommended goldsilver.com, and there's a series, a free series, watch it on YouTube, Hidden Secrets of Money. Now, I don't know why it's not showing all of these as being watched, because I've watched them all, I think probably watched them so many years ago that it wasn't associated with my account. But you can see 4.6 million views, 2 million views, 1.8 million views, 8.2 million views, which is kind of interesting. Probably because it's got the biggest scam in the history of mankind as the title, and people are, triggered by these kinds of headlines as opposed to money versus currency or the 7 stages of empire, But I suggest you go through them and watch them one by one. To be honest, if you was to give me an exam right now on what was in these videos, I'd probably fail. But I remember watching it thinking, the sense that I got from it is that something's definitely not right. We're being swindled, and we're living inside that swindle now, if you like. And you can see that by what's going on with the all the impact. They say the impact of coronavirus. A lot of people say that the problem was already there. The coronavirus was the pin that burst the bubble. So anyway, as you go along through these videos, one of the most recent ones, because it's kind of finished at number 8, but then he added on number 9 and the number 10, which was like a year ago, which is kind of basically showing how history repeating itself over and over again. So that once you've seen that, and especially this one here, because Bitcoin to Hedera, Hashgraph, you can start to see there's a lot of things going on right now with regards to money, currency, that it's worth anything like this that comes along where you can kind of jump in for like nothing and just hedge your bets. I think it's worth a punt. So yeah, look out for my link below. Obviously, I can only because what happens is, say for example, you clicked on the link, I can only verify 5 people maximum. So I suppose the first 3 that come in, I'll click, and then I suppose you'll have to kind of go elsewhere, or maybe just go initiativeQ.com and just sign up yourself kind of individually and then invite your own friends. But it's kind of an interesting concept because, again, it won't make sense to you unless you see something like this and learn about the just the massive fraud that's going on in the financial world. So yeah, thought that would be quite interesting for you, and so check that out. Other news of the day: vaccines revealed is supposed to be starting. I've just watched this today on BitChute. This is the vaccine revealed episode 1 of 10, but it's from 2017. And it's brilliant. It's still brilliant to this day. And in fact, I watched this years ago when it first came out. It would have been updated. But even this, this first part here with Dr. Andrew Wakefield, if I just move it here, as here we go, Dr. Andrew Wakefield. You listen to a guy like this for an hour. I mean, it's a long video. And, the guy's got more. You've got to ask yourself the question, does this guy care for people? 1,000%. And then when the people you're up against who are telling you how awesome vaccines are, they don't give a shit about you. They just want money. It's money, money, money all day long. Profit, 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 pharmaceutical power. And then you got a guy like this who just basically had his medical license stripped away from him, but he just keeps going and going and going because he wants to help people and serve people. It just baffles me that there are still people to this day who think, a friend of mine called him a baby killer. And it's like, okay, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But when you listen to this guy, he's got more heart and soul than, many people that I know. So anyway, the actual vaccines revealed was supposed to start yesterday, but I didn't even get an email come through to say episode 1 was live. So I thought, well, I'll go and hunt around. So on BitChute, where you can find a lot of things these days which are not on YouTube, censored, etc. You can actually find vaccine revealed. Just type in this episode 1 of 10, Docu-series 2017. But I suspect the latest one's been updated. So yeah, look out for that. And then what else we got? Oh yeah, so obviously if you're still interested in the vaccines revealed, if you come over to the Aggressive Health page, you'll see a drop-down box come down. It doesn't come down for me now because I've been on this page too many times today. Yeah, check that out. And then finally, just the usual news. Remember, we've still got discount codes going on for Living Libations until the middle of the month, LL10. We've got the competition to win Vimergy products. In fact, I think, no, not that. No, not that. I did have an email pop up an email ready to show you. Basically just of the Vimergy competition and some past winners. It's always nice for people to know that we do actually give out prizes. And the latest lady, I've totted up her prize today because I've said here, back when the Living Libations competition was on, I've said win £100 worth of Living Libations products. We actually sent her £136 of products. I listed them out for her. I told her, look, this is what you're getting. she came back and said, "Oh wow, that's awesome! These are actually the items, some of the items I wanted to order." So some awesome universal kind of synergistic moment happening right there. So anyway, that's the news of the day. Check out, if you want to check out stages of a bubble. You want to save this. Just type in stages of a bubble into Google. This is Bitcoin. What happened to Bitcoin? It's just fascinating how it just maps it completely. Remember, check out goldsilver.com and the hidden secrets of money, because once you've watched that, you'll be like, your mind will be a bit more open to things like this, the initiative Q that I mentioned. So anyway, I'm going to copy this link now. Actually, when you copy it, you can see here. So initiative Q is an attempt by ex-PayPal guys to create a new payment system instead of payment cards that were designed in the 1950s. The system uses its own currency, the Q, and to get people to start using the Q, using the system once it's ready, they are allocating Qs for free to people that sign up now. The amount drops as more people join, so better to join early. Signing up is free, and they only ask for your name and email address. There's nothing to lose, but if this payment system becomes a world-leading payment method, your Qs can be worth a lot. If you missed getting Bitcoin 7 years ago, you wouldn't want to miss this. So it's kind of it's a very good marketing piece of text. This is what a friend of mine sent to me, and I'm looking at ex-PayPal. Okay, I'm sold on that. I'm looking at, if you missed out on Bitcoin, excuse me, 7 years ago. Yep, I missed out on Bitcoin. So I'm just looking at this thinking, well, just in case, I mean, God, what have I done? I've given them my name and email, big deal. So yeah, that's that. Enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow for more news of the day, and hopefully vaccines revealed will be live, and the updated video will be all good to go.